Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Um, although the state of Utah has been opening up and is experiencing a bit of a surge in new COVID-19 cases, just saying, I'm still pretty well into lockdown, working from home and doing hardly any shopping. Did go to Costco last weekend, though, and it was pretty comforting to be in a store where everybody was wearing masks, which, as I understand it, is pretty much not the case anywhere else. Um, they say the mask thing has become political, and I'm just trying to get my head around what kind of dumbass, pardon the expression, thinks it's the right political choice not to wear a mask. I mean, during a dangerous pandemic in which people are dying of a terrible, painful disease, politics? Really? That's enough of that. Let's just wear our masks and take care of each other, please. Today's First Pages is a book that was made into a film that I've yet to watch on one of my streaming services. It has the clever title The Sisters Brothers and was written by a guy named Patrick DeWitt. The writing is really fine, as I hope you'll hear. It's a Western about two brothers with the surname Sisters who kill other people for a living. So here then is the first page or so of The Sisters Brothers by Patrick DeWitt. I was sitting outside the Commodore's mansion, waiting for my brother Charlie to come out with news of the job. It was threatening to snow, and I was cold, and for want of something to do, I studied Charlie's new horse, Nimble. My new horse was called Tub. We did not believe in naming horses, but they were given to us as partial payment for the last job with the names intact, so that was that. Our unnamed previous horses had been immolated, so it was not as though we did not need these new ones, but I felt we should have been given money to purchase horses of our own choosing, horses without histories and habits and names they expected to be addressed by. I was very fond of my previous horse, and lately had been experiencing visions while I slept of his death, his kicking, burning legs, his hot-popping eyeballs. He could cover 60 miles in a day like a gust of wind, and I never laid a hand on him except to stroke him or clean him. And I tried not to think of him burning up in that barn, but if the vision arrived uninvited, how was I to guard against it? Tub was a healthy enough animal, but would have been better suited to some other less ambitious owner. He was portly and low-backed and could not travel more than 50 miles in a day. I was often forced to whip him, which some men do not mind doing, and which in fact some enjoy doing, but which I do not like to do. And afterward he, Tub, believed me cruel and thought to himself, sad life, sad life. I felt the weight of eyes on me and looked away from Nimble. Charlie was gazing down from the upper story window, holding up 5 fingers. I did not respond, and he distorted his face to make me smile. When I did not smile, his expression fell slack, and he moved backward, out of view. He had seen me watching his horse, I knew. The morning before I had suggested we sell Tub and go halves on a new horse, and he had agreed this was fair, but then later, over lunch, he had said that we should put it off until the new job was completed, which did not make sense, because the problem with Tub was that he would impede the job. So would it not be best to replace him prior to? Charlie had a slick of food grease in his mustache, and he said, "After the job is best, Eli." He had no complaints with Nimble, who was as good or better than his previous horse, unnamed. But then he had had first pick of the two while I lay in bed recovering from a leg wound received on the job. I did not like Tub, but my brother was satisfied with Nimble. This was the trouble with the horses. Did you hear the jets? Sorry. Lots of jets flying over my head. F-35s. Sound of freedom.